Alright, so we are back for franchise mode. This is episode 3, Calgary Flames on NHL 18. As we continue to roll along here after the month of October, we sit here in the Pacific Division with 14 points. We currently occupy the second wild card spot, and there's Dougie Hamilton leading us in with 10 points in 12 games. So we picked up after the month of October. We don't have the best record to start the season. I believe we're 7-5. So let's take a look here. Just quickly at October, it definitely was a bit of a shaky start. We got back-to-back wins in California, but then just haven't been consistent. I mean, you see some of the, we get a 6-1 win here, but a 7-0 loss there. 7-2 loss here as well. So just some things we wanna clean up for sure going here into the month of November. So in this episode, we're gonna try and get through November and December, get as far as we can here. The biggest thing for us last episode was our goaltending. Now, our goaltending was not getting it done. We had Mike Smith playing the majority of the games, and Eddie Lack got in there for a bit, but he wasn't getting it done. So we gotta figure out here how to get solid goaltending. But again, like that's up to Smith and Lack. So just quickly take a look one more time at their numbers here. Um, I really don't want to make a trade for another goalie. We talked about our AHL situation with Parsons and Gillies. We're growing them equally down there for this upcoming season. So there is Mike Smith, .888 save percentage through 11 games. Not the best start for him. Eddie Lack, .907 through 4 games. So we're just going to hope our goaltending can bounce back for us because we're really going to need solid goaltending this season if we're going to be that strong playoff contending team that we want to be. The other thing was our offense. We're not getting it done offensively. Just taking a look at our forwards here. Michael Backlund leads us with 8 points through 12 games. That's not good enough. Not to mention every forward pretty much is in the minuses. You got Stajan and Broward down there on the fourth line that are +3s, but pretty much all of our top players are in the minuses. So we need to figure out why that's happening as well. We fixed our penalty kill. Our penalty kill was the second worst penalty kill in the NHL. So we made a couple moves. I think we took Frolik off, brought Bennett in. We took TJ Brody off, brought Michael Stone in. So moved some guys around on the penalty kill. Like we had a pretty good penalty kill unit with Backlund, Frolik, Monahan, and I believe it was maybe Brower or Stajan. It was like we had a good penalty kill, and it just wasn't getting us the job done for us. Our power play wasn't too much better, but at least it wasn't second worst in the entire NHL. But yeah, there's the stats. So I mean, we're not getting it done offensively. Monahan 8 points. Johnny Gaudreau missed time with an injury, but 5 points in 9 games. We want him to step it up. We had Yager on the top line for quite a while there to start the season. He wasn't getting the job done. He's only at 4 points in 12 games and a -6 rating, so we need him to be better. This is the breakout year for Bennett. We need him to get going. So just a lot of guys need to start stepping it up here. Matthew Tkachuk, he's another one. But they're young players, but we got to be a good team this year. So goaltending and offense is not getting it done for us right now, but we're not going to panic. That's the other thing. It may have sounded like I was panicking in the last video. We're not going to make a drastic trade in December just because. We're gonna play this by year and see what we can accomplish here. We just want to be, like we're looking there at the standings down here. We're in the second wild card spot. I mean, the Central Division's quite weak to start off this season. If it stays like this throughout the rest of the season, the Pacific's gonna be the division to be in because, I mean, we got both the wild card spots right now in the Pacific. Let's take a look quickly at the Western Conference because that's going to be our conference that we're going to compete with to get in. So, again, there's our Pacific division, but let's look at the West here. And so, I mean, when you look at the West, we're 6th with a 7-5 record through 1 month. So, not bad. We'd like to be a little bit higher, but it's mostly in our Pacific division where we'd like a top spot, hopefully a top 3 spot. Giving us the ability to have home ice advantage in the playoffs is huge too. I know it's not in this game, but I mean, let's just pretend it is anyway. But yeah, no, we want to get higher. I mean, it is only 12 games into the season, so we're not panicking just yet. But let's get some simulating going here. Maybe after we get, say 2 months, 2.5 months to 3 months, we'll get a better understanding of where this team is. We haven't yet seen any waivers come up, so we haven't been able to claim anybody. I haven't even taken a look at the trading block, the free agency. That's one thing I want to do quickly. We're going to, I just want to look at, not the trading block. Okay, so here we are, browse trading block. That new menu is, caught me off guard. I clicked the first one that said trading block, but this is browse trading block. So just quickly, there's Maxime Comtois on there. You know, he's a prospect still. We're not looking really for prospects at this point. Here's some defensemen. Nicholas Jomerson, he's got quite a high trade value. You know, 2 years left at 4.3. I don't think we're going to be targeting defensemen, though, so we don't really have to worry. Alex Gorgolowski is a good depth option, but again, we're not really targeting defensemen right now. Boston's putting up some picks. Pominville's out there, George is, but again, Pominville, right winger, depth option, but I'm not liking his salary there. So let's just quickly take a look here. Nothing Carolina, Chicago, DeBrincat, Colorado, City Milano, nothing in Dallas. You know, there's Gus Nyquist. I've had Gus Nyquist on previous franchise modes, multiple previous franchise modes, and he's been a huge piece for me. He's helped me win championships. So, you know, I have a connection to Gus Nyquist, but again, I'm not just going to bring him in because of that. 2 years left, 4.6. He's a right winger. That's one thing. We really need to find somebody to play with Gaudreau Monahan past this upcoming season. We got Jaromir Jagr, but we wanna find somebody past the season. Like I said, Jagr wasn't even doing good to begin with. We got him back on the third line now. Yeah, so nothing really standing out right now on the trade blocks. Shouldn't be anyway. Here's the Islanders. This is interesting. Lads on there, Boydchuk, but again, look at the salary cap. Rangers putting on picks, Yemelin. So nothing really. Nothing right now. We're not targeting anybody anyway. If Ottawa's putting some players on the block. Yeah. Just to keep our options open. Like I said, we might get to January or so and trade deadline and maybe need to make a move to bolster our team. There's Boymister. Don't want to bring him back to Calgary. Patty Marleau on the trade block in Toronto. So, I don't know. Toronto must not like the way he's performing right now in this game, because I can tell you in real life he's fitting in well with the Maple Leafs. But, yeah, they're trying to get rid of Marleau. So, I mean, there's a left winger, but... so options, we're just looking, and forgot about Vegas, they're there too, so, yeah, so that's just something to look at. There's Washington and Winnipeg. Okay. Okay. So that's good to look at. Yeah, so we just gotta keep our options open. That's the only thing here, but let's get some simulating done. Where is... this is what I wanted to look at. I just want to look at this here because we never did look at, like I said, I put Jagr on the Flames when I started this with his exact contract, so he was never a free agent. We didn't sign him for agency, but I just wanted to see what other players got signed. So Mike Ribeiro got picked up, Boyd Gordon, Andrew Desjardins, and Leland Irving, former Calgary Flames goalie. So I don't know if that's just the month of October. It won't show us. I wish it would show you, like, you could go back further in these. Like, I wish we could have went back to September and seen if any of the other free agents got picked up. Because we forgot to check that when we were in September. And the thing doesn't, you know, after so many months, it clears the menu and then you can't see. So that'd be one thing I'd like to see changed to the up-and-coming franchise modes that they haven't fixed. But again, this new menu screen is really nice. A huge improvement from NHL 17. Okay, so let's get some simulating done here. So we came off a 3-1 win against the Washington Capitals. Now we got the Pittsburgh Penguins at home. So let's sim this game. I believe we got Mike Smith back in net. I forget if we put him back in net. I'm sure we did. But let's just see what gets done here. Because again, 7-5, and yeah, Smith's in net and Hagelin scores right away. Not even a minute into the game. So perfect. But 7-5 on the season here. We want to start stringing together some wins. We want to get the consistency back and get some offense going again. We've only got 2 shots on net here through 1 period, so this is really not a good start to the month of November. So let's go period by period. That was the first period. We're down 1-0. Let's check the second period. Nothing. The third period. Come on, Calgary. Okay, so we got on the board, but so did Phil Kessel. Jagr picks up his first goal, I believe, as a Calgary Flame. But Phil Kessel two-time Stanley Cup champion. They outshoot us 31-23, so again, offensively, not good at all. And let's just take a look at Smith's numbers. I'm sure he had actually a pretty decent game, facing 31 shots. So yeah, 935 save percentage. That much better of Mike Smith. That's the Mike Smith we want to see. But our offense still not getting the job done. So it's only one game, but okay. Well, we won't make too many drastic line changes just yet. Let's keep the simulating going. Let's get to New Jersey. Sim this game period by period, and see if we can get some results here. Okay, sim game. So 7-6 on the season. We're just above 500. Here's a look at the first period. And Brody gets on the board, but so does Calgary native Taylor Hall. Second period. Okay, a lot of scoring going on. We got Stajan, Hamnick, Versteeg, but Henrique and Heischer on the board. Alright, third period. Here we go. Come on, Calgary. We need a win. And we get it. Sean Monahan beats Corey Schneider. So, didn't look like it had the potential to be the best game, but we end up winning 5-3. 38 shots against. I don't know where our defense was in this game. Mike Smith, probably another solid game, despite letting in 3, but a 921 save percentage because he faced 38 shots. So that's not bad. We did get some offense, so you can't complain. Let's just take a look at our leaders here. Hamilton picking up a point. 2-point night for Sean Monahan, so that's good. We need those big guys to get going. Monahans, Gaudreau's, come on. Frolik has 2 points. Gaudreau only 1 assist, so I'd like to see more out of Johnny, but let's just keep going. Let's keep rolling. Let's get the wins going here, but we got Vancouver coming up here. Oops. Cancel. We gotta start beating these Pacific Division teams too. I don't know if Vancouver in this game gets good, but it shouldn't be a playoff team. They're 6-8 on the season. We're 8-6, so we just reverse the games there. Okay. I want to sim by the period. Okay. Kachuk and Versteeg get on the board. They beat Andres Nielsen. Second period. Canucks get on the board. Former Flame Marcus Granlund. I almost said Michael Granlund. And third period. And we win 4-2. Kachuk and Frolik again. So a 2-goal game for Matty Kachuk. Brock Besser gets on the board for the Canucks as well. But we will take it. It's another win. And once again, we get our offense going again in this game. So things may be starting to turn around. That's good. A two-goal game, as I said, for Matthew Kachuk stands out there. Monahan picks up another point. So starting to get the ball rolling here. Just wanted to take a look at Smith's numbers again. So that's 3 in a row for Smith to start the month of November, and 3 pretty solid games. 9-3-9 there. So yeah, he's starting to bounce back. So things might be looking back up here. Like I said, this is why we don't panic. I wasn't exactly panicking in the last video, but it may have sounded that way. But it's just, I just want to see good goaltending for once in Calgary. It's been a really long goddamn time since we've had good goaltending. So it'd be nice to get a solid goaltender for once. Okay, we welcome the 8-6-2 Detroit Red Wings to the aging Scotiabank Saddledome. Yager versus Zennerberg in the face-off dot for some reason. First period. And it's Daly getting on the board for the Red Wings. Second period, we tie the game up on the goal by Michael Ferland. And come on, third period, Calgary. Yes, we take the 2-1 win. Michael Frolik picking up another goal. So the 3M line, or I guess Ferland's not part of the 3M line. Could be, because he's also a Michael. But, there's Michael Backlund. 17 seconds, so he gets injured 17 seconds into this game. So let's pray that that's not a long-term injury that keeps him out. What are we doing here? Oh, not plus minus. I want minute leaders. Okay, so, we'll take it. Another solid game from Mike Smith, 9-5-8. So he's really starting to come in his own here. And that is exactly what we need out of him. So look at that. 3 wins in a row. Suddenly we've got a streak going. We're starting to string some wins together. Just taking a look there at Stockton, they're 8-4-2, so things going decent down there as well. Keep simming games here. Doesn't look like the message popped up that Michael Backlund is out of the lineup, so that's good. It must have been a minor injury, so we got him back here for St. Louis, who is 7-10-1 on the season. Let's see if we can make it 4 in a row. First period. We get 3 goals. Kachuk stage it, and there's Johnny Gaudreau. Finally, Johnny Hockey, where have you been? Like, geez, we need him to get going here. That's his first goal in a while. Second period was huge. Gaudreau, the hat trick. Now that's what I like to see. Where have you been, Johnny? 7-2. Monty picks up a goal as well. Steger, and that's just after the third period, and Michael Backlund. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Backlund doesn't get injured, scores the 8th goal of the hockey game, but the biggest storyline, Johnny Hockey finally shows up in this game and in the season and picks up his first Hattie of the season. A 4-point night for Johnny Gaudreau. 21 minutes of ice time, +2 rating. That's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. Kachuk as well, picking up 4 points, so that's huge. He's been really good. He's had a lot of points in the last few games here for us. For a leak as well, like 3 points there. Monty with 3 points, so that 3M line and that top line. Like, our top 2 lines getting things done. Like, as much as I want to see Sam Bennett just excel this season, if we get our top 2, our 3M line and our top line going here, like this, on a consistent basis, I could really care less if Bennett has a breakout season. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where we go with Sam Bennett, both in real life and in this game. So another solid performance by Mike Smith in the goal there, and we take an 8-2 win against the St. Louis Blues at home. So that is 4 in a row. We're starting to get things going here. We got Detroit again, and we're about halfway through the month of November. So we are in Detroit. I believe this is the Flames' first ever game at Little Caesars Arena. It's a beautiful arena, by the way. Larkin and Tatar score. Staging gets on the board for the Flames. Second period, and it's 4-2. Kachuk gets on the board. He stays hot. Not like in this game so far for Smith. They've only had 21 shots on net. Third period, we need 2 goals to get back in this. At least send this one to overtime. Let's at least get a point out of this game. And we don't. We get 1 goal by Frolik, but don't get enough to get to overtime. But you know what? We had 4 games in a row there that were extremely solid. Lots of scoring, solid goaltending. We'll take this loss. We'll get to the next game. So just looking here. Nothing really stands out there. Bennett's line not having the best game there. Yager, Bennett, Steger, all -2s. Goalies, Mike Smith, 8-6-2. So his weaker performance from his last couple performances, but you know what? We're going to keep him in the net because he had a solid string of games there with some good save percentages and getting us the W's, but we'll keep him in net here, shake that one off, and we'll head to Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia and see if we can steal 2 out of Philly. 11-7 is our record. We're not going to make any lineup changes. No, we're not going to make any lineup changes just yet. Let's play at least 1 more game. We're on a bit of a road trip now. We go to Johnny Gaudreau's home city of Philadelphia, or the suburb of Philadelphia that he's from. Pretty much he grew up in Philadelphia. First period. Love another hat trick from Johnny Gaudreau. Only 3 shots in that first period. This is pretty concerning. Second period. Okay, not good. Simmons, Voracek get on the board. And the third period. Come on, Calgary. Jesus, Couturier. So we take a 3-0 loss at the hands of the Philadelphia Flyers. It is now time to make lineup changes. So, just looking quickly, was it any one line in particular? Ferland, -2, and goaltending. 919, so not too bad for Mike Smith. He stays above 900 in save percentage. We're going to keep him rolling. We'll go back to Lack eventually, but let's give Smith the net. For some reason, I'm still thinking Elliott. I really thought this time last year that Brian Elliott was going to be the guy. Like, he was such a good goalie with St. Louis. And so every time I think of the Flames goalie, I keep wanting to saying Moose or Elliott, and of course that's not the case. He's 15 points in 19 games for Sean Monahan, so he's picked it up. He's now leading us. I'd like him to get a lot more goals, though. 3 goals through 19 games, that's not good enough. Despite that mini win streak we went on, and then the 2-game losing streak, we sit in the exact same position we did when we started the month. 2nd wildcard spot. So it looks like we still have a leg up in the Central Division. 22 points, we're only 2 points behind the Ducks, though, 4 points behind the Oilers, and 6 points behind the Golden Knights there. So, I mean, we're starting to, we can get a couple more wins. We'll start pulling within. But again, there's the Sharks 2 points behind us. The Canucks 2 points behind us. So, we got to start getting, stringing together some more wins. So, 2-game losing streak. We're going to make a couple lineup changes here. We did score a goal in the last game. So, let's try Yager back on that top line. I really don't want to split up the 3M line right now. We'll put Yager back with Johnny and Monty, who seem to have gotten their game going lately. Steger, Bennett, Furland, Stajan, Janko, and Brower. I really want to try. Let's just try this. Let's put Jankowski here, Sam Bennett here, and then put Steger on this 4th line. What's Steger done for us this season? So yeah, not bad, but we'll put him down there. Stajan, Brower. Yeah, we'll try that. We're just going to switch things up quickly here. Defense, I think, yeah, okay. So I still have Matt Bartelski in. He's had a good string of games there. Let's get Kulak back in. I mentioned in the first 2 videos, we really want to grow Brett Kulak, so we want him to get the majority of the games. He's a high 7th defenseman, so we want him to get going here. Hasn't played a lot for us because I've had Bartelski in for about a good solid couple weeks there, so let's put Kulak back in. We'll keep Smith in the net, and let's keep this road trip going. We've got to bounce back with a win here. These are the games we got to start getting the wins back, because we just lost 2 in a row. We got to start getting, after we lose 2 in a row, we got to bounce back and start getting some wins together. So, and he's frozen, of course. It's tough Pacific this year. Okay, so as I'm drinking water, we lose 3-0. Again, this time to the Washington Capitals. So we didn't do a real-time sim for that, but that's okay. Back-to-back games. I mean, we've gone now 6 periods without scoring a goal. We got to switch things up. So we will try. See, I don't want to like split Gaudreau and Monahan up, because then one goes on the 3rd line. Or even if you move them down here, Backlund would go on the 3rd line. And as much as that works in real life, it doesn't work in this game. So I still want to keep Monahan and Gaudreau near the top. Let's try Sam Bennett there. I mean, who knows? You never know. Furling to go on the left side. Keep Jankowski up there. I mean, we'll make minor changes here. Should we bring Tanner Glass in for a game? See if he can get anything going? We could. We could, get Tanner Glass into a game. Take Stajan out and give... Who wants to play center? Guess it really doesn't matter. Put Brower at center. Put Glass on the left side, and Steger can play the right side. Okay, we'll try that. Just got to switch our lineups when we're not scoring, because that's realistically what happens when you lose back-to-back games by combined score of 6-0. So we're rolling into Columbus. We've sunk a little bit there in the standings. 11-9 is our record. Let's go into Columbus and see if we can bounce back here. It's been 3 straight games without a win, 2 straight games without a goal, which is when it looked like we were getting on a good streak there. But the good thing is I think Mike Smith's been good. We didn't see in that Columbus game, or that Washington game, but I think he's been good. So let's simulate this Columbus game. And let's hope to get a win here. Okay, first period. So we get on the board first with Steger, but then the Breadman is on the board for the Jackets. Second period, and there's Kachuk. He's got to be almost leading us in goals at this point. Third period, come on Calgary, we need the W, and that's it. We get it. We'll take it. You know what? We'll take a 2-1 win anytime in the season we can get it. So nothing fancy there. We don't really need to check the stats. I just want to see how many shots Smith faced in goal. Yeah, so he only faced 27 shots, so 963. It's about average. Average amount of shots for a game is around 30. So, but 963 save percentage, pretty good for Mike Smith. He's been good lately, so we're gonna keep him rolling here. Keep him rolling. And we finally snapped that 3-game losing streak. So let's move on to the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche back-to-back nights. Here, we could give Eddie Lack maybe the Avalanche game, but because again, realistically, back-to-back nights, you wouldn't play Sometimes you do, but let's see how Smith plays in this Dallas game. He had a really good game there in Columbus. If he has a solid game here against Dallas, we will keep him in net for the Colorado game. But we could give him the option of giving Eddie Lack the work in the Colorado game, because we got Toronto coming up there on the 28th to end the month, so probably want Smith in against Toronto. I believe they're doing good, so okay. Let's simulate this one. Yeah, Kachuk's now leading us in points. They're 15 points, 9 goals, so he's got to be leading us in the goal department as well. I click simulate. It's just taking a while here. So Chucky is getting it done. We want to see Monty and Gaudreau, though, step up as well. Radulov gets on the board first, second period. Nothing. Come on, Calgary. Come on. We need to keep consistent wins together. Come on, Calgary. Damn it. Okay. Kachuk once again gets on the board, but Spezza and Stephen Johns buries the empty net, and it's a 3-1 loss. So, we're not getting the consistent effort. You know, any other year, you would say, oh, you know, this is okay, but, you know, if the Flames really needing to be a strong contending team this year, we're just not getting a consistent enough effort to be a strong contending team, let alone even a playoff team at this point. So Bennett there on the top line. Hasn't done much in the last 2 games since he's been on that top line. I think we'll try moving him off again. 9-3-9 for Smitty. I mean, our line... You know what? I wonder if we try Kachuk up there with Monahan and Gaudreau. Just stack our top line. Kachuk is our hottest player right now. I really don't want to split up that 3M line, but, I mean, you know, we've only had, 3 goals in our last, 4 games? No, we're just not getting it done. Yeah, so you know what? We'll keep Smitty in net. That's 2 decent games. Actually, you know what? We'll give Lack the game against Colorado. Let's try Kachuk on the right wing here. Try Backlund for Lee Bennett, I guess. Furlan, Jadkelski. Let's bring Stajan back in. Glass hasn't done anything since coming in, so we'll put Matt Stajan back in. Give you center back. Brower versus Stieg. Oh, Yager, I wish you'd get something going here. Like, he's got 83 in this game. Like, he's not the slow old Yager in real life. Like, they gave him 83 in this game. His speed is, like, 83 as well. Like, he should be, you know, half decent. He's listed as a second-line forward. You know what? I wonder if we try Yager up there with Backlund for a league. Just for a game. Let's just try him for a game. Put Benny back on the left wing here. With Janko. I like Janko up there. I know he hasn't been doing much, but I want to grow him. Ugh, he really hasn't been doing much. So let's try him on the left side of Bennett. Put Bennett back in at the center position. Okay. Let's give Eddie Lack the net for the Colorado game. See what he does. Give Smith. Again, we're keeping it realistic. I mean, you got to give Smitty a break after a while. We want to keep it realistic. I mean, he's probably not going to get... Like, we don't want to give him 70 games a season. That's just not realistic. You know, no more than that at least. Okay. Sim up to Colorado. So we've dropped 3 of our last 4 games. We've shut out in 2 of them. We've only scored 3 goals over that span of 4 games. So we got to find a way here to get some wins going. And our offense has seemed to dry up once again. But our goaltending has stayed somewhat consistent. But let's see if Eddie Lack can keep that going as well. Okay, first period. Nothing. Second period. Come on, Calgary. There we go. There we go. Janko is on the board. Frolik and Kulak. So I'm liking that. 3-0. And third period. Colorado gets on the board, but we will take the 3-1 win. Okay, that is good. Now we just got to find a way to consistently get this effort. Again, not the biggest offensive night. You know, top guys. Gaudreau gets an assist. Not really showing up. Monahan not really showing up, but that's okay. We will take the wins. 9-6-7 for Eddie Lack. So that's a pretty damn good game by Eddie Lack. Just looking at the numbers. you know, do we keep him in? Do we go back to Smith? I mean, Smith's been good for us lately too, so tough decision. We got we got the Leafs coming up, so 18-5-2. Yeah, I'm gonna put Smith back in. The Leafs are pretty damn good right now. I think they might be the top team in the East with that record. So yeah, we'll put Smith back in. Just want to look quickly. Oh, we got the Coyotes to finish up the month, so could give Lack that game, but let's put Smith back in anyway for the Toronto game. This menu has seemed to have gotten a lot slower. Sim up to Toronto. Scouting is done. So we've done the WHL for scouting with forwards and defensemen. Not going to really worry about goalies. We don't need to draft goalies anyway. We have a lot of goalies in the system, as we mentioned in our last videos. And that's the other thing. We might want to consider trading both Nick Schneider and David Rittich while they still have somewhat of value. I don't know if they, in this new NHL 18, if it's like 17, where if you don't play them for so long, their value goes down and their rating decreases, which is, I can understand, but when you scratch one guy for one game, it's ridiculous. I hope they fix that. But it's like where you scratch one guy, like say you scratched Bartkowski for one game, and then he just drops like by 5, just because you scratched him for one game. That's what was happening in NHL 17, and it was just stupid. But for goaltending, I can understand. We have not given Nick Schneider or David Rittich any minutes at all. We've split the net between Parsons and Gillies in the AHL, and then Smith and Lack in the NHL. So we might want to consider giving, like, they don't have a lot of trade value, Rittich and Schneider, but, we might want to consider trading them sooner rather than later. So we'll head to the OHL, or not. Okay, I just backed out of that. We'll head to the OHL, we'll do the forwards and defensemen there, then go over to the Q. Then I'm thinking maybe just Russia, Europe, and then finish up in the States, and we'll see what we got left. But we want to try and equally spread out that scouting, so we'll go back to scouting here because I clicked out of it. Edit scouting assignment, so they're in the States right now, but no, I want to go to the OHL first. And we'll go approximately 5 weeks in the O. So a lot of forwards to scout up there. Okay, back. Okay, so we got the Toronto Maple Leafs. We gotta get Smitty back in net here because they are, what was it, 18-5 and something like crazy like that. So they are having 18-5-2. So they're having a really solid season with Austin Matthews. I don't know why they would want to trade Patrick Marleau with a record like that. There's not too many things going wrong right now in Toronto, but nevertheless, they had Marleau on the trading block earlier this month. So just looking at our lineup here, Yager didn't do anything last game, so we're gonna just keep the lines. See if we can just spring something here. Just something. Like I said, I really want to see our top 2 lines just roll. Top players need to be our top players. And again, I know it's early in the season, but come on, we gotta get a consistent effort out of our top guys. We're still stuck in that second wildcard spot. It's not good enough for us this year. We want to be a top team in the Pacific. At least top 3 spot. Okay, first period. There's Johnny Gaudreau. Beats Curtis McElhinney. So the Leafs have put their backup goalie in for this game. So that's good. Second period. Kachuk gets on the board. Again, he stays hot. Van Riemsdyk, though, beats Smith JVR. Third period. Come on, Calgary. Come on. Yes! TJ Brody. So it's another measly 3-1 win, but we will take it once again, and that, I believe, is back-to-back wins for the Calgary Flames. Again, nothing fancy in this game. No crazy offense. Gaudreau works on a 3-point night, quietly has a good game. So does Sean Monahan with 2 points. So good to see that line going again. And 9-6-8 for Mike Smith. So glad we went back to Smith. I don't know how Lack would have handled the Maple Leafs. I don't know. It didn't look like they funneled too many shots towards Smith, but average amount. But I just more confident in Smith in net. And we'll give him his former team here. They're pretty hot. Look at that. 18-8-1. Holy shit, they are the top team in the Pacific. Just looking at their record there on the screen, and then looking down at the bottom screen here at the Pacific Division standings, and they sit with 37 points. Dominating the Pacific Division probably dominating the Western Conference, and they're probably up there with the Leafs at the NHL standings. We'll play this game against the Leafs, and then because it's the end of the month, we'll take a look at the standings. But that is wow. Like nobody predicted the Coyotes to be a top team in the league, let alone among the Pacific Division, and they are somehow doing that. So I don't know why, but they don't even have, like, who's their goalie? Louis Domingue? Oh, they do have what's his name from the Rangers, Antti Rantana, but I didn't think Rantana was that good right now. He has good potential, but he's not a good goalie right now. Okay, first period against the Coyotes, top team in the Pacific, and we outshoot them by 10-5. Second period. Okay, Yager finally gets on the board on that second line left wing spot, beating Antti Rantana, but Domi also getting on the board. So third period, huge third period. We have put 25 shots on goal. We're out shooting them. We're out playing them. Judging by the shots, let's see if we can just win this frickin' hockey game. Huge divisional game. And we get it! 4-2. Frolik, Gaudreau, and Backlund scoring for the Flames. Strome for the Coyotes. So that is a huge divisional win. And I know, again, it's funny saying it against the Coyotes that would be a huge divisional game. But, you know, it is the fact in this game right now. Because they sit atop the Pacific Division. So 3 points for Michael Backlund, 2 for Dougie Hamilton, 2 for Yager. So that 3M line minus Tkachuk, who's on the top line of Monahan and Gaudreau. Getting it done there's that second line. We can't even call him a 3M line anymore. If we take Tkachuk off there, it's no longer the 3M line. We'll just call them the first and second line now. And Mike Smith, 923 save percentage. So another good game for him. Okay, so with that 3 points, Michael Backlund now leading us in points with 19 points there in 25 games. So, yeah, so that's good. It's good to see. Like I said, we needed more guys to step up, guys like Backlund, like the Monahans, the Gaudreaus. We need our top players to be our top players at this time of the season. So, okay, so with that 4-2 win there over the Coyotes, they still remain the top team there in the Pacific Division, 37 points, but we suddenly have creeped up a couple spots. We now have 30 points. We're third in our division. That's where we want to be. I mean, we want to be higher. We want to be atop our division, one, if not two, but we'll take 3. I mean, 30 points in 25 games, we'll take it. We've definitely turned things around there. That's, 3-game winning streak we've got going here that we will carry over into the month of November. So, yeah, 3 games. So we got Toronto, Colorado, and the Coyotes that we won. So, an okay month in November. Not really consistent. Started off with a loss, a couple wins there. 3 wins, 4 wins in a row. So, we did string together a couple good winning streaks, but you see that losing streak in the middle there with Philly here and Detroit and Washington. So, I'd like to turn that around. Just looking at Stockton's standings or record there. They're like 12, 12-7-4 or something, so they're probably atop their division too. So let's just quickly take a look, again, as the month has now come to an end. We're gonna, well, let's do this. Let's advance right to the beginning of November. Let's put November behind, or to December, I mean. Put November behind us, and let's get right to December. Okay, so December 1. So yeah, there we are, 3 points. Third in the Pacific Division in the NHL. When we switch over to the American Hockey League, where the Stockton Heat are, if it will load anytime. I don't know what, and it's had these problems before in previous games that the main menu sometimes freezes, especially when you switch between the AHL and the NHL. I don't know what's so complicated about that makes the menu freeze. Okay. Yeah, so there we go. 28 points up top of the, whatever division that is in the AHL. Now we're back to the NHL. Okay, hang on. Let's get back to the AHL. Okay, so we're back. I swear, that was like a minute there. It took just a switch. Okay. So yeah, 28 points for top our division there. That is good. We like to see that. We've only played 23 games, so of course it goes by the game percentage of how many wins you have per games, and it's switched back again, but I'm not going to worry about it. Spencer Fu was leading us in points there, so again, that's what we want to see. But let's take a look at our leaders here in the NHL. Come on. What's going on? There we go. So let's take a look here. So Backlund leading us in points with 19. That is good, but we want to see Monahan and Gaudreau up there as well. And there's Monahan, 18 points in 25 games. Still want to get him out of that -3. That's not bad. Kachuk there, 17 points for Elite. Gaudreau, all 17 points. Again, Gaudreau in less games. Dougie Hamilton up there, 17 points now. He's yet to score a goal, but he's chipping in with the assists. Brody, Rastig, Yager there, 10 points for Yager. Stajan. Bennett is struggling again this year, so this is going to be interesting because we talked about it previously. Do we maybe want to, like, at what point, and it's not probably not going to be in this season, but at what point comes summer, before free agency, after free agency, do we want to maybe think about trading Sam Bennett? Because he's now 21, his trade value at low elite, and if he has not a good year this year, its trade value is not going to be much higher than it is now. Like, it's just going to be going down. So when do we want to make the move for a good piece that we get in return for Sam Bennett? We got to decide that. I mean, what was it like in real life last year? I believe it was last year or the year before. There was no, it was last year when there was talks about Sam Bennett being the centerpiece of a trade to Washington to get Alex Ovechkin. Like, we all knew that was never going to happen, but like, you think about it, it made sense for both sides at the time. Ovechkin's taken back off, and Washington would never touch him. But at the time, it made sense for both. But the Flames would have had to put like a lot of pieces in there, multiple first-round picks, like multiple plus Sam Bennett plus multiple prospects. I mean, it would have been a crazy trade. Okay, it's never going to happen, so we won't talk about it. But Mike Smith here, 23 games, quietly has been probably our best player this season. He's been consistent. In the month of November, it was a better month for him. 910 save percentage, not bad. Could be a little bit higher, but not bad. He's getting the job done with 13 wins as well. There's Eddie Lack in 5 games with a 928 save percentage. So there's the goals against as well for Mike Smith. 270 goals against. So not bad. It's good to finally get some consistency out of Smith. And we'll just quickly, before we end this episode, we will take a look at the standings here. So, as mentioned, we have jumped into third in the Pacific. I like that, 30 points, but we are tied. Oh, we are tied with the Ducks and the Oilers. So I didn't even look at the points there, but we are tied with the Anaheim Ducks and Oilers. So we could easily slip back to the second wild card spot. Okay, I guess it's important to look at that. But no, still we're up there, and that's what you like to see. Western Conference, 4th in the Western Conference. So this is incredible. This is a very, very weak Central Division this year. Minnesota, the lone team above us. So yeah, it looks like Pacific's got a good chance to steal both the wild card spots. But like I said, we want to try and be up there. Just want to take a quick look at our power plays and stuff, just to see if it improved from the last video that we checked. So goals for, we were about middle of the pack. We are now where are we there? We're in the lower end still, so we do need to score more goals. There we are, about mid-screen there. We definitely want to focus on that. This goals against should definitely have improved. I think we were about middle of the pack, and it has. So there we are here with the higher end there. So the least amount of goals against at the top is the Minnesota Wild with 48. So we have let in 67 goals. We have brought that number down to 2.68. So that's good. That's what you like to see. Our goals against coming down. So that is good. Power play, and that's all Mike Smith too, by the way. Like I said, he had a pretty excellent month of November considering that month of October. So power play, 22.7% should be near the top of the league, and it is 4th in the NHL in the power play, so that's really improved. We didn't make too many drastic changes there, but that's improved. The penalty kill was 2nd worst in the NHL. We will take a look at it now, and it is improved. We are down to here. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th in the NHL when it comes to the PK. So, or 6th last, I should say, which is good because we were 2nd last. Okay, so we're improving. We are improving, and that's all you want, is to take steps forward month by month, as we are only in the month of December now. So we will end this episode here. we'll get the next video going. We're going to try and get 2 months into the next video. I really wanted to get November and December done in this one, but it dragged on pretty long. So we're going to try and just hammer through the next couple months in this next video. That should give us a good idea. By the end of January, we should really have a good idea of where we are as a team. If we're going to be a playoff, like a strong playoff team, or just like barely making the playoffs. And then we'll be able to make decisions as well. So we'll end this video here, and we'll pick up the next video in the month of December.